Good morning, everyone. I wanted to make a video to take us through our sentence and word dictation routine because that's what we usually do on Thursdays. And so Miss Demos has created an example on her whiteboard here, and I'm going to take us through the whole routine. So the way this works, as you all know, is it starts with Miss Demos saying a word and then you repeating the word. So we're going to start with the word graph. So if I say graph, then you would repeat graph. And then we pound and tap out the word. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So for graph, it would be graph. 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 And then it would be your turn to pound and tap graph. And remember, all of these words that we're pounding and tapping out right now have 3 sounds in them. And the sounds have become more complicated over time. So that's where this comes in. When we see these different funny looking lines, we know what they mean, but I'm going to go through them again so that I can help out your families and you all if you've forgotten. So when we see a solid line and then 2 dashed lines underneath, that's telling us that we're either going to be spelling the sound that a digraph makes or a blend. So we know in the word graph, that's a blend, that's the GR blend. So on your sentence dictation page, what you would write on that line is this GR sound, so grr. And then we've got just a single solid line. That means it's just one letter that makes one sound in the word. And so in graph, we hear a, so we're going to put in a. And then this is new this week, PH. This is the symbol for PH. So we'll see a solid line and then a squiggly line underneath, and that's telling us that we need to put a PH there. So in graph, that sound that we're hearing at the end is made by PH. So now we've pounded and tapped out graph. We've written it on these lines, and then on your sheet, you'll also see just one solid line for you to practice rewriting graph on your own. So I would write G-R-A-P-H, graph. Let's try with one more. So here, this word is going to be phase. So the whole routine again is I would say phase, and you would repeat phase. And then we're going to pound and tap phase. So this would sound like phase. A-S, phase. Now, phase is a little different. There are 4 spaces we're going to put sounds. And again, I said when we tap these out, we're only hearing 3 sounds. And that's true. These little stars here signal the magic E. And we know the magic E makes the vowel in the word say its name. So in phase, we've got this first sound, and we know it's a PH because it has that little squiggly line underneath. So I would write PH for my first sound in phase. If I listen to my next sound, it's A. I know it's the long A that's making that sound, so I'd write A. Then we've got another solid line. I'm hearing phase. So I'm going to put an S. But right now, this says phaz. It's making the short A sound, and I need it to make the long A sound, so I know I need to add my magic E. And these little stars are reminding me of that. So I would put a magic E here. And now I've got the word phase, and so then on my solid line, I would just spell phase again. So here's phase. So you would do that same routine for every word. I believe there are 8 words this week. And then you will work on a sentence. And so this week, the sentence is, can you fix the phone to make it ring? So you'll see on your paper something like this, with the mountain here reminding us that we need to start with a capital letter, and this box here at the end reminding us that we need to end with punctuation. And these doubled lines reminding us that those are red words. And then the solid lines are words that we can tap out, we can sound out. So you're going to do your same pounding and tapping process for this sentence. So I'll just do the first word. So the first word in the sentence is can. So if I'm not sure how to spell can, I can tap it out. I can go can, can. And then I would write can here. And so I go through my whole sentence, and then at the end, I need to check for cups. And a reminder, cups is an acronym that stands for C, capitalization, U, understanding, which means does my sentence make sense? P, punctuation. Do you have ending punctuation in this box here? And then S, spelling and spaces. So you need to go back and check your sentence for all of these things. And this is really great practice for our spelling test, which we'll take tomorrow. So that is our word and sentence dictation routine. And you can do it however you want at home. If you're not able to print out the word and sentence dictation, Miss Demos wasn't able to either, so I created my own on my whiteboard. You can create your own on a piece of paper. You don't necessarily need to even use these lines. They're just a reminder for us. And so I know it really helps me to see that squiggly line, reminding me that it's a PH rather than an F, making the F sound in the word. But it's really just a guide for you. And you can do this however you want. And it's just, again, practice for you. So feel free to try it out today. All right. Thank you.